This is the world's highest altitude national border gate, the Khunjerab Pass National Gate at 5,100 meters elevation. It serves as the land passage between China and Pakistan and is also the endpoint of the China-Pakistan Friendship Highway. National Highway G314. On the other side of China-Pakistan border, point number 7 is Pakistan. Chinese people affectionately call Pakistan Batai Iron Brother, symbolizing the everlasting China-Pakistan friendship. Here beside National Highway G314 lies the Wakhan Corridor. The Wakhan Corridor is known as the Land of Four Nations. Located between the southern Pamir Plateau and northeastern Hindu Kush Mountains, it's a valley stretching from Afghanistan to China's Xinjiang. This corridor was a vital part of the ancient Silk Road. Where I stand now is Chinese territory. The mountain range on the valley's right belongs to Kyrgyzstan, while the left belongs to Pakistan. Starting from the spot marked with large white characters "Long Life China," traveling 80 plus km into the valley brings you to the China-Afghanistan border, truly deserving its name as the Land of Four Nations. On the Pamir Plateau, there's another internet-famous spot, the renowned Panlong Ancient Road. Legend says monk Xinjiang of Tang Dynasty once passed here. The Panlong Ancient Road isn't just a transportation route but also a scenic wonder. People might ask where exactly these beautiful places are. These stunning landscapes are all concentrated in China's only 5-rated scenic area, the Pamir Plateau. There's a saying that northern Xinjiang is for scenery while southern Xinjiang is for culture. I strongly disagree with this view. Southern Xinjiang not only has profound cultural heritage but also the absolutely stunning Pamir Plateau. On the morning of April 26, 2025, we traveled along Kashgar's Pamir Avenue towards the Pamir Plateau. The snowy mountains ahead mark the Pamir Plateau. After resting briefly at the Akeda rest area, we continued our journey to the Pamir Plateau. Look at this is the Oyatak Red Valley with colors comparable to Zhangye's Dangxia landforms. Especially this valley's deep red color gives a sense of grandeur and stability. I agree with this perspective. The most beautiful scenery is along the way. You might not deliberately stop to take photos, but its visual impact will leave you with endless memories. Turning past a mountain bend, the snowy peaks ahead are Khunjerab and Khunjerab Peak. Khunjerab is the highest peak of the Kunlun Mountains at 7,649 meters altitude. The main peak is pyramid-shaped with steep slopes and perpetual snow glaciers hang between the mountains like silver waterfalls flowing down, creating a spectacular sight. Khunjerab is not just one of Xinjiang's magnificent natural landscapes but also a paradise for mountaineering enthusiasts and photographers. Not far from Khunjerab is Khunjerab Peak at 7,530 meters altitude. Jubi in Kyrgyz language means camel's hump, named for its twin peaks resembling camel humps. Khunjerab and Khunjerab Peak are 15 kilometers apart and called the sister peaks. Continuing forward, we arrived at the White Sand Mountain and White Sand Lake scenic area. The blue lake before our eyes is White Sand Lake. Opposite is White Sand Mountain, completely formed by white quartz sand accumulation. To the lake's right are continuous snow-capped mountains. The lake surface is at 3,300 meters altitude with words welcoming to Akto County on the hillside. Riding a white yak to take photos in the lake with White Sand Lake and White Sand Mountain in the frame is absolutely a magical experience. Whether in Tibet or Xinjiang, I mostly saw black yaks along the way. Unexpectedly at Pamir Plateau's White Sand Lake, I saw so many strong and beautiful white yaks. This was truly surprising because white yaks aren't just symbols of sacredness and purity, but also represent good fortune and wealth. They are considered incarnations of the snow mountain deity. To put it simply, if you don't ride a white yak for photos in the lake, then your visit to White Sand Lake and White Sand Mountain is wasted. Only by riding a white yak for photos can you fully showcase the plateau style of White Sand Lake and White Sand Mountain. Leaving White Sand Lake and White Sand Mountain scenic area, we continued forward. Ahead on the road is the famous Muztagh Peak. This is another check-in spot along National Highway 318 Karakol Lake. Karakol in Kyrgyz language means black lake, named because the water appears black on cloudy days. Now directly ahead the snowy mountain is Muztagh Peak. Muztagh Peak stands at 7,546 meters altitude. It's the second highest peak of Kunlun Mountains after Kongatag. Muztagh Peak, Kongatag and Kongajubi Peak are together called the three heroes of Kunlun Mountains. Muztagh in Uyghur and Kyrgyz languages means father of ice mountains. Because of Muztagh Peak's relatively gentle slopes, it's considered the easiest 700 meter level snow mountain to climb globally, suitable as a high altitude mountaineering training base. Continuing forward, we arrived at Muztagh Glacier Park. We originally wanted to see Muztagh Glacier's magnificence, but at this time dark clouds had covered Muztagh Peak. Not being able to see the complete mountain peak would ultimately be regrettable. So we abandoned plans to visit Muztagh Glacier. Continuing forward, we arrived at Tashkurgan Wetland Observation Deck. This is a highland wetland landscape praised as the Tears of Pamir Plateau. The snowy mountains in the background are Muztagh Peak. During spring and summer, the wetland has lush watergrass with herds of cattle and sheep. Blue skies and white clouds reflect in the wetland like a painting, surrounded by snow mountains. Standing at the observation deck looking out at Tashkurgan wetland framed with snow mountains is an extremely scene. Again, that saying, I strongly question the assertion that northern Xinjiang is for scenery while southern Xinjiang is for culture. China's 5-level scenic area Pamir Plateau will definitively people's perceptions. At dusk, we arrived in Tashkurgan County town. Tashkurgan County borders Pakistan, Afghanistan and Kyrgyzstan. It's China's only Tajik autonomous county and an important passage on the ancient Silk Road. The Tajik people are China's only Caucasian ethnic group. They are hospitable and good at singing and dancing, giving a feeling as if you've arrived in Europe. Look at this young man handling our hotel check-in with his Caucasian features. We felt like we'd entered a foreign land. On the morning of April 27th, we continued along China-Pakistan Friendship Highway, National Highway 314. Snow-capped mountains on both sides welcomed us like a guard of honor. This natural ceremonial feeling truly makes one feel awed. The road sign shows going straight leads to Khunjerab Port, while turning right goes to Afghanistan's Wakhan Corridor. Wakhan Corridor is another must-visit spot on Pamir Plateau. Of course, we wouldn't miss it. Look straight ahead on the road. That's Wakhan Corridor. Xinjiang Kashgar's Tashkurgan County borders Pakistan, Afghanistan and Kyrgyzstan. The specific border point is at Wakhan Corridor. In front of Wakhan Corridor there's a tourist center. The elevation here is about 4,000 meters. Whether tourist buses or self-driving vehicles, all will stop here to check in. The scenic area displays 3 stone tablets. The first tablet reads Eastern Jin Dynasty monk Faxian passed through here. The second tablet reads Great Tang Dynasty monk Xunzang passed through here. The third tablet reads the first eastbound Dharma preacher Anchigao passed through here. Previously, I only knew about Tang Dynasty monk Xunzang's western journey. Only after coming to Wakhan Corridor did I learn that Eastern Jin Dynasty monk Faxian was actually the first Chinese monk to travel west. Even earlier during Eastern Han Dynasty, an Iranian prince monk Anchigao came to Eastern Han's Luoyang via Silk Road. At White Horse Temple, he systematically translated Buddhist scriptures and spread Dharma teachings. Thus, Buddhism was able to spread in China, laying the foundation for Han Buddhism. All 3 eminent monks passed through Wakhan Corridor before us. Even earlier during Western Han Dynasty, Zhengqian's mission to the west also passed through Wakhan Corridor. Clearly, Wakhan Corridor wasn't just an important Silk Road passage, but also a vital channel for East-West cultural exchange. Today, this ancient territory has been divided under 4 nations administration. The corrupt late Qing government lost this territory under Tsarist Russia's encroachment. Present-day Afghanistan also suffers constant warfare. The once bustling Wakhan Corridor has fallen silent due to border closures. Although this historic Silk Road has lost its original function, it constantly reminds Chinese people that backwardness leads to vulnerability. Today, a powerful China already stands tall in the east. We must never let history's tragedy repeat. Continuing along National Highway 314, we seem to drive into the embrace of snow mountains. Directly ahead is Khunjerab Port Tourist Center. The tourist center is at 4,600 meters elevation. After transferring to the scenic area bus, we arrived at the 5,100 meter altitude Khunjerab National Gate. This two-story border sentry post deserves to be called Khunjerab's first outpost. Khunjerab in Uyghur means Valley of Blood, named historically for its environment and difficult passage. So this 5,100 meter outpost truly operates at the limits of human survival, battling extreme conditions. Because here oxygen levels are only 5% of inland plains. We were lucky with good weather today, sunny and calm, but the climate here is usually earlier with strong winds and low temperatures, so visitors must wear winter clothing. Therefore, the border guards stationed here year-round are truly protecting the National Gate with their lives. Khunjerab National Gate isn't just an important passage to Pakistan but also a key node in the China-Pakistan economic corridor. Whenever I see the national flag and emblem on the gate, I feel emotional and excited because it symbolizes China's sovereignty and border security. I can't help but recall Martyr Chen Zhongrong's famous words, "My pure love is only for China." Our national gate is much more imposing than neighboring countries' gates. It not only reflects China's development achievements but also symbolizes national comprehensive strength. It's also ordinary citizens' strong backing. Inside the scenic area is a stone tablet inscribed Khunjerab National Gate, 5,100 meters altitude. Across on Pakistan's side, the snowy mountains belong to Karakoram range. It's the second highest mountain range after Himalayas. Its main peak is the world's second highest K2 at 8,611 meters, although it's about 200 kilometers from the port. The direction my camera faces points toward K2. Leaving Khunjerab National Gate, on our return trip we visited Panlong Ancient Road. This is another must-see attraction on Pamir Plateau. Today you've traveled all winding roads, henceforth may life be straight and smooth. Panlong Ancient Road is in Tashkurgan County's Wakhan Township area. Average elevation exceeds 4,000 meters. The road is about 36 kilometers long with over 600 south curves, mostly 180-degree sharp turns. This is us looking down from the viewing platform. See many vehicles winding up the S-curves, a spectacular sight. This is us looking down from Wonglong Pavilion observation deck. In the distance are towering snow mountains, while nearby the road twists and turns. Imagine back then when Tang Dynasty monk Xinjiang returned via Panlong Ancient Road after fetching Buddhist scriptures. The hardships he endured are unimaginable. After leaving Panlong Ancient Road, on our way back to Tashkurgan, we passed Pandia Blue Lake. The lake water displays dreamy colors. Cloud-covered parts show Tiffany blue while sunlit areas appear emerald green. The background features barren mountains, canyons, and snow peaks. This intense color contrast creates strong visual impact. Pandia Blue Lake is like a stunning gem in the desert. Continuing forward, we arrived at Pamir's scenic spot on Tashkent Ancient Road. Looking through this window-like frame at the mountain ahead, that's Pamir's eye. The protruding red sandstone forms the eyeball, while grey flowing sand on both sides creates the eye socket. This masterpiece of nature's craftsmanship lets the giant rock on the mountainside overlook Pamir Valley. Pamir's eye gives a sense of from Kunlun Mountains. I think this description fits perfectly. Actually, it more resembles Sun Wukong's fiery golden eyes that can see through all disguises. Friends, this is the endlessly beautiful Pamir Plateau. It gathers snow mountains, glaciers, canyons, lakes and grasslands, praised as Asia's heart and ancestor of mountains. with both natural scenery and mysterious cultural colors. If you yearn for pristine highland beauty, this is absolutely a must-visit destination in your lifetime. If you like the video, then please like and subscribe the channel. We are waiting for your loving comments.